Hello, my name is Amber Howell, a dietetic intern. Thank you for watching this Blue Zones Project Scottsdale presentation, Plant Slant. This is a series of 3 videos in which we will discuss plant-forward eating. In this first video, we'll explore what Blue Zones are, what the Blue Zones Project Scottsdale is, what Plant Slant means, and how eating more plant foods can support health and living longer. Blue zones are regions of the world where people live the longest and healthiest lives. These regions are Loma Linda, California, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, Icaria, Greece, and Okinawa, Japan. In these communities, it's common to live into your 90s or even 100, with lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. Dan Buettner, a National Geographic explorer, discovered these areas, and his team of researchers found that longevity isn't about extreme treatments or diets, it's about everyday lifestyle habits built into the culture and environment. The Blue Zones Project is a community-led movement that brings the healthy principles of the Blue Zones to cities across the country. The Blue Zones Project Scottsdale is working to make the healthy choice the easy choice in our schools, workplaces, restaurants, and neighborhoods. The project is now supporting healthier living in Scottsdale with MOIs, volunteer opportunities, story speeches, Netflix documentary screenings, and purpose workshops. Researchers identified 9 common lifestyle habits of the original Blue Zones called the Power 9. They include moving naturally throughout the day, having a sense of purpose, managing stress with downshifts, eating until you are 80% full, prioritizing connection with loved ones, eating a majority of plants and rarely meats, having a place you feel you belong, and surrounding yourself with a supportive community. One key principle we'll focus on today is the plant slant. Plant slant means eating a mostly plant-based or plant-forward diet. It can include vegetarian and vegan eating, but doesn't have to be 100%. In Blue Zones regions, people eat beans, lentils, vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and nuts daily. Meat is eaten in small amounts, often just a few times per month. Eating more plants is found in research to help support heart health, gut health, energy levels, and longevity. The Blue Zones that the plant slant from the Power 9 originated from all have one significant statistic in common. While they all ate a different percentage of certain plant foods, each location consumed 6% or less of meat, fish, and poultry, and the majority of their remaining diet came from plant-based foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes. A study found that Adventist women who consumed tomatoes at least 3 or 4 times a week reduced their chance of getting ovarian cancer by 70% over those who ate tomatoes less often. Eating a lot of tomatoes also seemed to have an effect on reducing prostate cancer in men. And a new study has found that adherents to this way of life have the nation's lowest rates of heart disease and diabetes and very low rates of obesity. Research published in the International Journal of Epidemiology found that consuming at least 10 grams of nuts or peanuts per day was associated with a lower mortality rate from respiratory disease, neurodegenerative diseases, a category that includes Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular disease. Icarians who eat a variation of the Mediterranean diet with lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans, potatoes, and olive oil are almost entirely free of dementia and some of the chronic diseases that plague Americans. 1 in 3 make it to their 90s. Researchers found that the lower risk of developing dementia was linked to lifestyle habits like eating a plant-based Mediterranean-style diet and exercising. People from the Blue Zones areas have some of the lowest rates of dementia and Alzheimer's in the world. In these areas, it is a combination of their lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, community, and social network that work together to prevent a variety of age-related diseases. In a study called the EPIC Oxford study, vegetarians were found to have a relatively low risk of ischemic heart disease, diabetes, diverticular disease, kidney stones, cataracts, and possibly some cancers in comparison with meat eaters. Vegans in the study were found to have a lower risk of diabetes, diverticular diseases, and cataracts. A study using spinach found that daily high nitrate vegetable consumption improves blood flow and decreases both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and concluded that daily vegetable intake could be used as a targeted aid for patients with hypertension. To find out more about plants and how they are a great source of protein, watch our next video in this series, where we will delve into plant-based protein. Thank you.